You have written a biography of Ayinla Omowura.
Yes.
Not a hagiography.
Not a hagiography.
So why did you have to draw our attention to that in the book?
Okay. Once again, thank you for having me. Many people have asked me this question severally. I remember when it was published in 2020, his fans, rushed to get the book. And so when many of them read the book, they saw that it was a total picture of the good, the bad, and the ugly of that musical superstar. I've been a fan of Ayinla Omowura since the 1970s. I remember my late father used to buy his cassettes, and we listened to them. I also was we were lucky to be living near record studios, and each time his albums were released, as young children, then we rush to the what they call them now, the recording stores, who were always playing the songs so that they could attract people who buy the albums from them. So we listen firsthand to the music. So I began to take interest in him, and as at the time I went into my research, I never knew some of those fault lines, of Ayinla Omowura. But in the course of the research, I found out that brilliant musician, deep musician, he had an authorial understanding of issues that had to do with African traditional religion, metaphysics, language, culture. However, the fault lines could also not be abandoned. He was a very violent man. And he believed so much in traditional African medicine, which was prevalent at that time of the Nigerian or the Yoruba society. And he was also, of course, he had so many wives, and of course so many children. And so I just wanted to paint the totality of his picture. I wanted my readers to also learn some lessons about his fall. He was a superstar, so to speak, who, as I said earlier, was a very brilliant musician. As at that time, you could, in that Yoruba genre of music, you could hardly point at 3 musicians who could unbuckle his sandals. Maybe you talk about people like Haruna Ishola, who he also deferred to at some point, where he sang, Nínú eléré àgbáyé pátá o, Ishola mo fẹ́ ẹ jù.
At some point.
At some point. Because initially, they were also on a war path.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, some people also attributed the reason why he had to succumb to the prowess, so to speak, of Haruna Ishola. They said it was metaphysical, that he had attempted, to fight him metaphysically, but found out that the man was stronger than him. That it wasn't strictly about music, it was a metaphysical dwelling. So he was also fighting virtually everybody. He was fighting Olowonyo. Olowonyo was a younger colleague, musical colleague of his. He was fighting Ayinde Barrister. He was fighting Ajakpe. Was fighting so many other musicians of the time. And so I started off with the intention of reconfiguring who Ayinla Omowura was.